everyone, to episode 8 of my Kenshi The General's Quest series. Last time we left off with Molly and Logan realizing Circuit had gone off without them since they were injured, and Circuit himself has gone over to Squin to recruit more people for their cause. While he's doing that, Molly and Logan are going to go try and gain more wealth for their faction. And so the day begins. Circuit himself, realizing he had not enough wealth, came to depend upon Molly and Logan's progress. For if they were to gain enough wealth fast enough, he could recruit a new, much stronger member to their team. One who apparently was very skilled in the art of combat. Logan volunteered to pick up the first load of copper, while Molly would pick up the second, so that if combat came, the better of the two of them would be able to fight, while the other one would be able to escape. The chipping away of the copper slabs continued throughout the day, for there was no respite from it for now. For they knew that if Circuit was going out to recruit, then it would be at great cost to them for a time. And so they would have to continue on. If they both had a full pack, unbeknownst to them, Circuit would actually be able to make the purchase and gain for them a strong fighter. Something Circuit desperately needed. Of course, this strong fighter also needed to eat quite a lot, so they would have to physically work more to actually keep this new compatriot of theirs. The hub is a grandiose place, at least to all those who are forced to stay here. It is the best they can really hope for in this wasteland. There's a good bar and friendly guards, and that's all you can ask for. Not many places have that. The Holy Nation itself is biased towards all but Greenland male humans. Even women of their own species would sometimes be enslaved for just being there. It's a horribly sexist and racist society. Something Circuit had wanted to topple, using that as a moral justification, but really, he never truly cared for morals. He just cared for the combat and for the glory. As you may probably have been able to tell, he is a bit of a glory hog. He would kill even a moral nation if it would make him more famous, but there are some things greater than fame. The morale of his troops, for one. For if he did not have that, he would not be able to gain more fame. And so, if he had to side with the anti-slavers to increase his former slaves' chances of joining him, then he would do that. Night set in for Molyneux and Logan. Not the best of signs, but something everyone has to deal with. Still, they work diligently. Throughout the night, all the streams of moonlight lit up the Erie Valley. This place is incredibly unsafe and unsuitable, but Circuit, as he stood there, attempting to barter lower for this man's price, thought on where his army would live. For without a homeland, you could not be able to support an army. This troubled Circuit, for his army would need to be strong and well fed if it were to be successful, but how would he end up doing that? He would ponder this for a while. When looking upon the map, the only truly fertile valley was the one which was used by the Holy Nation and kept by the Holy Nation, so he would not be able to use them. One of the safer areas would probably be far, far down the southeast, or at least geographically speaking, but the dangers of that area are not its geography, but in its residents. There isn't a single place here to settle which has not any issues. For now, they would have to be subsistent on the wealth they gained from mining and the like. Eventually they will have to found their own town, but as they are a small group, and as this small group becomes the most elite warriors of their army, then they would be able to protect themselves. but only then. And that's when the army would truly prosper. Now, both over-encumbered, would waddle back into the city with what they had gained. Molly traded away her copper first, having been swifter than Logan. Logan then unloaded his own gear. They both bought for themselves something to eat while they waited. So, Logan sat down on a bench, whereas Molly sat down on a cushion. And so they waited for their friend. Meanwhile, Circuit, having believed that he had haggled down the price of this incredible warrior, or so is said, he ran into the bar, but to his surprise did not immediately see the person he was after. This heavily troubled him. So he went to the other bar to see if he had just simply moved. If he had been gone, then a shame it would be. There was Oron, Human, Soto, but there was no true warrior. Troublesome, troublesome, indeed. Were these truly the only bars in town? What a shame it was to lose such a warrior to chance. Circuit knew not what to do, or what even to say. And then he noticed rain again because he was blind. I am 50 caps off, come on. Okay, do I have... Okay, which one of you has, like, that one metal bar, which is worth a little bit of something, which I didn't think you need to sell right now. This game is great. I love it because it doesn't give two shits about what you think. It's like, you know what? You want to be rich? No, work for it. drive through it. That is our heart of our game. There you go, you freaking... Ugh. Thought it had been 6,000 before. It might have actually been. She might have just put it up as soon as they saw money on me, and I'd be like, oh. Okay, let's see. Rain the Giant is actually deal. Well, Rain the Giant seems to know what they're doing. Let's see what they got. A decent longsword, some good boots and stuff. Which I'll make a fine addition. With Rain at his side. Circuit believes that they had truly gained all that they needed to conquer the bandits of their area. Of course, this theory would have to be tested, but still. This brought him great excitement. Something which usually did not pass through the skeleton's mind. He might not even be feeling it right, he thought to himself, but whatever this feeling is, he hoped it would be true, and that them and the giant would be able to destroy any of those before them. Rain, meanwhile, thought the Tin Man funny, and wished to find combat as soon as possible. Wherever that may bring her. Or, wait, is it her or him? Hold up. Need a... Yeah. Yeah, it's her. Okay. Rain's thoughts are simple but brutal, much like her fighting style, which usually involved her decapitating her enemies on purpose, but that is probably not going to be allowed. Anywho, together, Molly, Logan, and Circuit Molly, Logan, and Circuit, along with their new compatriot Rain, went out searching for one of these roving bands to bring swift justice. Rain begins to speak of the Bugmaster, a tale told by all in the Czech Kingdom, for it was one of their greatest enemies. The skeletons left on the inside. Yes, but we rested all of our skills too. Our group struggled to find any bandits at the time, which was both worrisome and boring. But then they were struck upon, and they had their chance. Circuit struck 3 at once. Rain seemed to actually be holding up exceptionally well, and was outclassing her opponent. Everyone seemed to be doing well. Logan, though, was struggling the most of our group. Molly was taking on 2, but still seemed to be conscious. Rain finished hers, and took on one of the 3 which were attacking Circuit, and finished it. Rain then went on to one of the 2 attacking Molly, but was struck for the first time in combat. But then she began viciously striking at her attacker. Logan fell temporarily conscious, and then he fell unconscious again. Apparently he can't get up because he is Logan, the dude who is way too heavy with his stuff. Molly took out her enemy, and the other one, which was previously hers. Logan got up again to fight his enemy once more, with the help of Rain, and just like that, the combat was finished. They had won. Molly fixed herself up. Whereas Circuit... Oh, apparently... Wait, which one of them? Okay, 4... How much medical skill do you have? Yeah, actually they both have 4. So they had won their first large-scale combat with the help of Rain the Giant, who had near single-handedly devastated most, if not all, of their enemies. Rain the Giant began to loot their corpses. Since the battle had been well and truly concluded, all of them began to walk away and back to the hub itself. Both Circuit and Molly, having taken on several at once, were injured. Logan, though, apparently seemed to have shrugged off most of the damage he received. His stomach still ached, but he was alive and well. Molly and Logan went back to sleep, and Rain was sent out to buy from the bar. Selling all that she had gained in the combat. She also bought food for her compatriots. Apparently that food's too expensive. That food's super expensive. And okay, why is food so expensive? Gosh darn it. Jesus. Yeah, combat is not a very fruitious endeavor. But there was a lot of stuff to loot from this place, which had been restocked once more. There's not much value this time. Apparently no grog. There lay the leg of one of Circuit's first kills. Rain looked at Circuit and nodded, for she too had is one to keep trophies. Circuit's gears ached and waned, for after several combat engagements, his body had started to deteriorate from what was once 2 times that of a human, seemed 1.5 and 1.2 in areas. Right over here. Rain needed to run as fast as she could, for there was a potential meal in front of him. Rain and Circuit both ran after these goats, which Circuit had seen. Goats being one of the most dangerous creatures in all of the wasteland. They would have to attack in unison. Rain seemed to be getting beaten up by the goat in front of her, but she miraculously was able to survive through its first few hits. Circuit, although was not faring much better. Some guards came to help Rain from one of the goats. And as Circuit was staggered, the last one of the goats was beaten back. Rain, shrugging it off, took their hides and their meat and prepared to head out whenever the order would be given. Why is Rain dishing resources? Apparently Circuit ran out of medkits and almost died from a robotic kit. But, if anything, this day taught all of them that, with the help of Rain and their own growing capabilities, hungry bandits no longer faced much of an individual threat. The greatest threat now was the accursed dust bandits, which had not yet been seen. But they roam nearby, and there's a mysterious tower off to the east in which the Dust King reigns supreme. Rain the Giant seemed to be going somewhere for some reason, but Circuit had no idea where the heck that was. Apparently Rain was going to sleep with the shinobis. Oh wait, that's because we're allied with them. Huh. I forgot about that. Due to everyone else being asleep, Circuit went out to go and mine more for their group. Circuit thought back on the day and smiled. Or at least as much of a smile you could make with a face like this. Yeah, it's more of like a kind of upwards tilt of a few gears. Anywho, with a smile, he thought to himself of the accomplishments of the day. And it was good. He had truly succeeded in forming at least a coherent group of combatants who would work together or die together. That is the end of this episode. I hope you all enjoyed episode 8 of my Kenshi the General's Quest series. Next time, we're going to try and find our 5th member of our initial party and basically beat up a crap ton of hungry bandits. Hope you all enjoyed this commentary. If you guys got any suggestions, please put them in the comments below, and I will probably listen to them. Until next time, bye.